Hello, and welcome to our Shackley Health Chat. My name is Julie, and I'm with youtobehealthy.com, and I'm excited to share with you something I'm very passionate about living healthy and sharing health with others. Now, today's chat focus, if you'll have to bear with me here, my mouse is working, is on healthy joints. Something that's very important to a lot of us, not just athletes, but as we age, our joints tend to age with us, and we want to do all we can to keep them healthy. So, we're going to talk a little bit about some things we can do to keep our joints healthy, including diet and exercise, and some tips on how to keep them healthy. And then we're also going to discuss supplements and finding the right ones for you. My job is to point you in the right direction and help you make the right decisions on what's best for your personal needs. And everybody's needs are different. So we wanted to make sure that you have an overview of how to keep your joints healthy. But of course, you are also welcome to talk to us as an individual, and we can help you design a plan around your specific needs. So, first off, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Shackley. We have been around for over 100 years. Dr. Shackley, 100 years ago, designed the first multivitamin in the U.S. He also was the first inventor of the first plant-based protein supplement made of soy lecithin. Now, our mission is to provide a healthier life for everyone and a better life for anyone. And everything Shackley does is designed to be in harmony with nature. Now, Shackley believes in unparalleled purity and safety, and we all know how supplements can be tainted with unsafe ingredients and poor manufacturing processes. Now, Shackley takes great pride in developing products that are not only work very well, but they're very safe. And they go beyond organic. Organic is just a method of growing, and it, however, doesn't really ensure purity. So, organic is kind of a term that's thrown around a lot out there today, and it's lost a lot of its punch because not everything that's labeled organic is truly safe. So, there is a difference. Shackley goes beyond organic, and our belief is that our quality standards go beyond how and where an ingredient is grown. To ensure purity, we look to confirm the purity and potency of each ingredient, both from the creation of the product all the way to the delivery to the customer. Now, we do this by conducting over 100,000 quality tests per year. Yes, I said over 100,000. They can count each one of them, and they take it very seriously. Plus, they screen for over 350 contaminants, pesticides, and impurities on every new botanical ingredient. In fact, we believe that your health is so important that Shackley goes above and beyond the required amount to be listed as organic. This is 3 times the required amount of tests from the USP, which is the United States Pharmacopoeia. So this is very, very important. Shackley takes their purity and their safety very, very seriously. Now, Shackley has helped pioneer many advances in nutritional research. We have over 120 published papers and scientific presentations, and more than 70 patents and patents pending, in addition to exclusive sourcing arrangements. Shackley scientists and their doctors on their board, or their advisory board, and their research and development, they are top of their fields. Now, uh, Shackley had its first ever this kind of study to evaluate the health markers in long-term consumers and those who use supplements for about 20 to 45 years or so. This study was done in collaboration with UC Berkeley and showed that long-term users of multiple Shackley supplements had double-digit better biomarkers of health when compared to those who took other multivitamins or no supplements at all. And as you can see, the heart health, the lower level of triglycerides, the lower cholesterol ratios, they had lower levels of homocysteine, which is important to brain health and cognitive function, and a lower level of the C-reactive protein, which is a marker for biological stress and such. So, plus as well as for inflammation. Now, Shaklee's proven by people. It's not just in the lab. Many Olympic athletes as well as astronauts use Shaklee. Excuse me. Now, Shaklee-sponsored athletes have earned over a total of 137 medals. I believe if we were listed as a country, we'd be like third in the world. I'm not confident on that, but that I did hear that if Shaklee was a country, as many medals as its athletes have earned, it ranked right up there. Shaklee products have also helped fuel astronauts in the NASA space program, like Commander Mark Kelly, who flew the Space Shuttle Endeavour on missions to the International Space Station, and his twin brother, Captain Scott Kelly, who used Shaklee products during his whole year on the International Space Station. If you are familiar with NASA, those astronauts don't do anything without their approval. And for Shaklee to be the only vitamin used by NASA astronauts is quite impressive. Plus, NASA has requested and Shaklee provide their astronauts with a rehydration drink when they come into the atmosphere for reentry. They need to, what you would call, prehydrate before they return to Earth, and they only trust Shaklee to provide that, and that is called AstroAid. And yes, you can get something similar to it. It is called our Shaklee Performance. It's very similar to what the astronauts use and what as well as the athletes. So we're very proud to be partnered with NASA and the Olympic athletes. Now, the Shaklee difference. We stand behind our products. Shaklee products are safe, proven, and guaranteed. We believe in them so much that if you are not completely satisfied, you will receive your money back. Okay, so that's something to be really proud of. We've been around since 1956, and to provide money back if you're not happy is something we stand completely behind. All right, let's get on to healthy joints. That's why we're here, right? All right. Now, if you have healthy joints right now, you do all you can now to maintain mobility and function. Prevention, ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. If you ever had a mom or dad or a grandma or an aunt and uncle that complain about their knees or their shoulders or maybe, their backs or something, it's better to prevent that than to try to treat it afterwards. All right, now, the old saying, the foot bone's connected to the leg bone. I won't sing and drive you crazy with that, but all of our bones connect to each other. And every move you make, you use your joints. Ligaments, muscles, cartilage are all important to joint health. Ligaments connect bones together to form a joint. Muscles are necessary for the movement, and cartilage is on the end of bones. It cushions our joints and it helps them move smoothly and easily. I went too far, excuse me. Different types of joints are ball and socket, which would be considered like your shoulder and your hip joints. There's hinge joints, which are kind of like your knees and your elbows. There's a pivot joint, which allows us to twist our heads a little bit. And then you'll have to forgive me if I butcher this. It's ellipsoidal, which allows many types of movements like your wrist joint. There's lots of bones in your wrist, and those type of joints do a lot of movement. All right. So what happens as we age? Well, our cartilage degenerates. Yeah, we don't quite have that much cushion and that space between joints. And we lose our muscle tone and our bone strength as we age. This can also make tasks more difficult if we don't keep up with our health on keeping our muscles strong and keeping limber and such. Some common causes of pain. Now, we've all had the occasional muscle strain and stuff, but if you ever notice something that's kind of reoccurring, and it's just really, I can't stress enough how important it is and essential to keeping healthy joints is to maintain mobility and to be physically active. It's just something that, you can eat healthy, but if you don't move, one of the first things are going to go is your muscle tone. And then the next thing is going to go is your joints. So, you're going to start getting pain in your joints because it doesn't have those strong, healthy muscles. And, the body's meant to move. So moving is essential. All right, so let's look at some other ways to keep your joints healthy. We've already talked about exercise, but there's also nutrition and healthy weight. And there are some things we can do to protect our joints. And believe it or not, it's very, very easy ways. We're not talking, you don't have to be a major bodybuilder or a marathon runner. We're just going to incorporate some easy suggestions for you to help protect the joint health you have now and to hopefully prevent any issues down the road. And if you already are having issues right now, there are some things you can do to lessen the pain and lessen some of the damage that comes along with problems with our joints. All right, well, good nutrition supports a healthy lifestyle and healthy joints. And there are many foods that can help support joint comfort. Strong muscles support and some protect your joints, and your joints have to last a lifetime. So the health of your joints is closely related to your overall health. You support them with the healthy lifestyle choices now and good nutrition, and they'll be there for you later in your life. All right. So obviously good nutrition, it boosts the immune system, and calcium for bones. We've always heard it, calcium, calcium, calcium. And protein for muscles. Now, obviously, you've heard eat 7+ servings of fruits and veggies a day, whole grains, beans, legumes, lean meats, fish, poultry, non-fat or low-fat dairy, and then, of course, the omega-3 fatty acids and the unsaturated fats, such as olive oil, nuts, and seeds. Now, on that note, I know there are many people who are vegetarian or vegan, and there are ways you can get protein and calcium for your bones in those manners without going non-vegetarian or non-vegan. So keep that in mind. And then, of course, you always want to incorporate the healthy fats. All right, so let's go on. Now, we are talking about making healthy food choices every single day can be super, super hard. I mean, let's face it, I don't even eat 7+ fruits and veggies a day. I would love to say that I did, but if I did, I'd be lying. And majority of people, unless you're a strict nutrition expert, the majority of people do not. And you're talking a lot of food. Even with healthy food, you're talking a lot of food and some extra calories. And a lot of us, in an effort to cut back on calories, have cut back on a lot of our nutrition. So what we recommend is supplementing. Now, granted, we don't recommend eating just, potato chips and soda pop, and then throwing a vitamin at it and expecting to be healthy. Supplements are designed to fill in the gaps of a healthy diet. So eat as healthy as you can, and then you supplement to fill in those gaps. So I just want to kind of make that clear, because a lot of people don't want to give up all their junk food and then they expect a vitamin to come in and save the day. And I really, believe me, as much as I love, sugar and sweets and salty stuff, I would love for that to happen. It's not reality. And we know that. We all know that. I don't need to preach to you about that, because you're a smart individual and you already know this stuff. So what kind of vitamins should we take? How do I know what I need and really what can I do without? Well, Shaklee makes something called Vitalizer. And Vitalizer is tailored for pretty much all ages. Plus, there's a different one. Obviously, men and women have different nutritional needs. And then as we age, if we get over 50, our nutritional needs change as well. I mean, there's not a lot of we have in common if we're 50 with a 22-year-old. So there are some things we have in common as far as nutrition, but there are some extra things that we might need that a younger person would not. And I can speak from experience here, because I'm not 22 either. All right. So Vitalizer, being tailored for all age, is a clinically supported pack with nutrients your body needs to create a foundation for a longer and healthier life. It supports our heart, our immune system, our joints, our digestive system. If you're a man, your prostate health and physical energy. These really get very much more important as we age. I mean, we can kind of skip by when we're younger and not really treat ourselves very well. But as we get older, we really need to start paying attention more to what our bodies are screaming out for. All right. So, what's a smart delivery? What is that? Okay. Well, Shackley's micronutrient meat stands for. It's not as easy as it sounds. Shackley Micronutrient Advanced Release Technology, or Smart Delivery. This is a unique and patented delivery system designed to dramatically improve absorption of key nutrients in the body. Vitally, it starts out with just our multivitamin. It dissolves in less than 30 minutes in the stomach and is designed to enhance absorption of folic acid from the patented microcoating. This is a huge advancement. Folic acid can be really hard to get absorbed. So Shackley came up with a patented version to put it in the coating. And it's a wonderful, wonderful way, especially if you're a woman of childbearing years, to get that folic acid in as well. So, all right. And then it has a B and a C complex together. This provides up to 198% greater absorption of the B vitamins over a 12-hour period. And as shown in a clinical study, those sustain release delivery to the small intestine, which is where the B vitamins need to be absorbed at. So Shackley has basically timed it to where when it goes through your digestive system, it starts to break down and gets absorbed in the small intestine where it can be absorbed easier. So you get more B vitamins and the C for the, you get more punch, for it, because you're getting a lot more into your system and it's not being wasted. The other is the Corrado E and omega. So we're talking Corrado Max and vitamin E and our omega fatty acids all together in one tablet. Now, the enteric coating helps reduce the fishy aftertaste, which is great. And it delivers the omega-3 fatty acid, the carotenoids, and the vitamin E and other fat-soluble nutrients to the upper intestine. Now, what is a carotenoid? These are from what you get from your veggies. Okay, so these would be the nutrients you get from your veggies. Now, it also contains a probiotic. In our case, our probiotic is called Optiflora, and this delivers healthy microflora to the lower intestine through a triple layer encapsulated technology. This protects those little guys, those little bacteria guys that do us so much wonderful things. It protects it from the stomach acids, and it is a patented formula. Shackley, a lot of people say, well, I get 3 billion in my little tiny, probiotic. Okay. Are those 3 billion alive? Because many of them don't survive the shelf life in the bottle. And if they do, very few of them do. But if they do, when you swallow it, your stomach acid's going to kill off most of the rest of them. So a small handful of them might make it to your intestine, but Shackley guarantees that all of them in that little pearl is going to make it to your intestine. So it's going to make it through your saliva. But first off, it's going to make it through the manufacturing process, and then it's going to make it through sitting in the bottle, and then it's going to make it through your saliva, and then it's going to make it through your stomach, and then it's not going to be released until it hits your lower intestine. And Shackley went through great difficulty, through a lot of research to make sure to deliver this where it needs, and that all those little guys survive the trip. They don't want to lose any of them. So they all survive, and that way you actually get more of the good bacteria in your system. So if that helps make sense. Okay. Well, boy, I'm quick on the switch today. Now, how does your weight affect your joints? Now, if any of you, including myself, have ever been overweight, then you know that when you are packing on more pounds than you need to be, it really affects your joints. So weight-bearing joints like the knees, the hips, the back support your body weight. And heavier weights put more pressure on your joints. So you know that's true. Plus, we tend to not exercise maybe as much as we should. We're very busy. We sit in front of a computer. A lot of us work in front of a computer. We have a sedentary type lifestyle. We work hard, but that hard work may not be a physical hard work. It may be more of a mental hard work. So, and that's easy to pack on the pounds when you have that kind of work. Believe me, I know. I've worked behind a computer for years, and that's how I started to gain the weight, is because I took a job that was less physical, and I was sitting most of the day, and I'm sure most of you can relate to that. So now remember, each pound gain weighs 4 times that weight and pressure on the knee. So every time you take a step, whether it be on level ground or upstairs, downstairs, you're putting 4 times that much weight and pressure on your knees. So yeah, they're going to start aching, aren't they? All right. So how can we, let's talk about some ways to get some of the healthy meals in when we're quick and on the go and we don't have a lot of time. And let me tell you, it is when you're hungry and you're tired and you're short on time, it is so tempting to run through the drive-through or to grab a pizza or throw a frozen dinner in the microwave. I mean, it's just, we're busy. Who has time to sit down there and make a giant salad every day? It's hard. It's hard. So here's what I do. I love protein shakes and I love mixing them with fruit. And you can throw some, like spinach in there and you don't even taste it to get some veggies in. So Shackley came up with a energizing shake, which actually provides you the protein you need. Excuse me, provides you the protein you need for your energy, but it also is powered by leucine. And leucine helps burn fat, but not muscle. It actually builds the muscle while it burns fat. And leucine is a product that, if you are in the bodybuilding industry, you know about leucine. Healthy bodybuilders, not those who take steroids and such, but healthy bodybuilders know that leucine builds muscle and it burns fat. So you can actually achieve a healthier weight and still maintain your muscle tone. Because if you've ever been on a diet, and you didn't maintain your muscle tone, I guarantee most of that weight you lost was water in your muscle and your body held on to the fat. And evidence is when as soon as you quit the diet, you gained all the weight back and probably even more. So what Shackley did is come up with a protein shake that provides not only the soy protein, but it also provides the leucine. So you can actually lose the fat, but keep the muscle. Remember, a pound of muscle takes up about a third of the space as a pound of fat. So you can actually have a lot of muscle tone and actually weigh more than you think you should, but you're a slimmer. So remember, it's not what the scale says, it's how the clothes fit. Okay. All right. And now Shackley's Life Shake provides 16 grams of all to pure, non-GMO, of course, protein to help sustain energy. All righty. Now, one shake does do it all. You can provide you with more energy. It also provides immune support and healthy digestion, and it helps you keep a healthy weight. And these are meal replacements. Okay, now you can also get them in different, you can get them in soy versions or non-soy versions. You can get vegan, you can get it with no added sugar or sweeteners, and you can get them in flavored, like vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. I believe we have a cafe latte, which a lot of people like. And you can get it in unflavored versions, so you can do whatever you want with it or bake with it. A lot of people bake protein bars and little protein bites for the kids with it, so it's wonderful. All right, here's some other ideas. Keep moving. Sitting. Come on, we know sitting, you get stiff, you get busy, and you're trying to answer 500 emails, and then your boss is asking you to get this spreadsheet done and stuff. You need to make sure you're scheduling breaks from your computer. Do what you need to do. Set a reminder on your computer to pop up, to scream at you, to yell at you to get up and walk around a little bit. Put something on your phone, whatever, get a partner at work, another friend at work, and say, hey, let's, every so often, let's make a point to get up and move and such. It's change positions frequently. Now, there's different things you can put under your desk to put your feet up on to kind of take pressure off your lower back and hips. Another thing is to stretch or go for a walk. I mean, if you work in a big office building, and instead of sending that file over via courier or whatever, get up and go to that other employee's desk. Instead of sending an email asking a question, get up and physically go to the person's desk and ask the question. And what that's doing is getting you up and moving. You're still working. You're getting up and moving. Plus, it's also giving you some social interaction. I mean, we can kind of tend to get like little hermits behind our computers and in our cubicles. This keeps our brain fresh, kind of wakes us up a little bit, helps our body. I highly recommend doing a lot of that. Good posture. Stand and sit up straight to protect your joints and your backs. Now, I believe that if we all had a video camera of us sitting at our desk, and I just, when I read this, I had to get up and set up myself, is if we had a video camera and we were filming ourselves, we would be screaming at the camera going, sit up straight, because we tend to hunch over when we sit at a desk. So kind of make, if you have to set a reminder on your computer to pop up, maybe have a picture of your mom screaming at you, sit up straight, then do that, because what that's going to do is build your core muscles, which will help protect your back muscles, and it'll help with your hip joints, your shoulder, your neck. We can look pretty lousy after sitting all day. Also, when lifting or carrying, being lopsided can really increase the stress on our joints, especially our backs and our hips. So make sure that you're doing it smart. And I highly recommend getting a good chiropractor, because if your hips are out of alignment, it's going to throw everything off and everything's going to start to hurt. Your back's going to hurt. Your neck's going to hurt. And then on down, your knees are going to hurt. Your feet are going to hurt. So just keep that in mind. I highly recommend a good chiropractor. If you don't know one, ask around. The best way to find a good chiropractor is to find someone who's already seen one. All right, on to the next one. Exercise helps maintain healthy bones, muscles, and joints. And a loss of strength and stamina can cause, a lot of our physical, activity to be reduced. So let's, walking, running, playing golf, swimming, cycling, are really great, especially if you already have sore knees or have sore joints. Cycling and swimming is a wonderful way to get moving. I also recommend weight training. You want to build those muscles up and protect those joints. I mean, they've always told us women, got to do these weight-bearing exercises to prevent osteoporosis. It's more than just healthy eating and calcium supplements. We need to be out there really lifting weights. And there's, I think if you ask most men, ladies, they find what is very attractive in a woman who is not skinny. They want a woman with curves. And you know what really makes healthy curves? Muscle, not fat, muscle. And so if you want to be looking good, whether you're a man or a woman, and you want to have the curves all in the right places, you need to be doing some strength training. Again, you don't have to be this massive bodybuilder unless you want to be. And women don't worry about bulk. That's a myth. Most women don't work out that hard enough to be worried about bulky muscles. There are wonderful exercises you can look up that produce long, lean muscles and give you the nice curves in the areas that you want. Okay, also strengthen your core. That's really important. That helps prevent falls and damaged joints as well, and protects your back. All right, now we protect our joints. We got to know our limits, and as we get older, we have to be considerate of our bodies. We can't go jumping 3 stairs off at a time sometimes, unless we know that we've been keeping up with that. So serious injuries or even minor injuries can damage cartilage. I know this because when I was young, I actually broke all the cartilage in my knees when I was about 13 years old, 14 years old. And I pay for it nowadays. And luckily, with the help of Shackley, I take no medication. And, many decades later, I still don't need surgery. So, and they told me I'd probably need surgery in my 20s. Well, it's been quite a long time after that. And luckily, I have not needed surgery as to date. So I'm waiting for them to perfect the surgery. And hopefully I never will. Now, overdoing your exercises can really hurt your muscles and joints. And come on, we've all done it. So if it's hurting your joint, don't do it. Find a different exercise. See a chiropractor. Make sure you're not out of alignment first. So, and wear protective gear like helmets and wrist and knee guards to help prevent injuries. I mean, obviously here's a picture of people doing inline skating. I don't do that, but if I did, believe me, I'd probably wear full body armor now, but I cycle and I wear a helmet. I mean, it just makes sense. So, do you need to be an iron athlete? No. Do you just need to be active? Now, if you do overdo it, there's some things you can do. Ice. Ice can be your best friend. If you notice some pain and swelling, get that ice on there right away, 20 minutes at least. It's really something that is something very, very good to do. And ice can really head off a lot of issues later. Another thing you can do is Epsom salt baths. I highly recommend those. Those are really good for you, and some light stretching. All right, so let's get into some supplement. This is one supplement that many customers tell me, including my husband, that says they never want to run out of. Those who have experienced joint injury and such have told me that this is the one thing that they cannot do without. So let's talk a little about it. Advanced Joint Health Complex guarantees you can get some joint comfort in about 5 days. So here's some of the ways that Healthy Joint Complex can help. Improves cushioning. Now, glucosamine, which you've all heard about, helps maintain cartilage and the protective cushioning, which is between the joints, to allow them to move more freely. It also maintains healthy connective tissue. Zinc, copper, manganese, and vitamin C all help build collagen and other components to connective tissue that give strength and structure to the joints. Plus, it increases joint increases joint comfort with boswellia extract, which can work as few as 5 days to improve joint comfort. And when this first came out, I'm like, really, 5 days? Come on. I'm thinking 30 days, maybe 5 days. And sure enough, pretty much everyone that I've, talked to about this and has tried it has come back to me usually by the end of the week and say, I can't believe how much better my knees feel, or my, elbows, or what have you. They really, really, just notice a huge difference within a very short period of time. So it's just one of those things that makes me happy to help people. Anything I can do to relieve the pain that a lot of people are in. And I know one woman, she's had arthritis in her feet, and it just killed her to be on her feet, but that's her job. She's on her feet. She came back to me in less than a week and said, I need 2 more bottles. I never want to run out. I cannot believe I came home from work and I wasn't hurting. I mean, she would just sometimes cry. It would hurt her so bad. So these are just some just, people that, everyday people. They're not weekend warriors even. They're not elite athletes. They're just everyday people like you and me that really have found relief with this joint health complex. All right. Now, omega-3s. Mayo Clinic gives omega-3s an A rating. We've all heard about it. And studies show that improvements in joint comfort with regular intake of fish oil supplements. So they recommend consuming fish at least 2 times a week, or consider supplementing 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams of EPA plus DHA supplement. Now, many people don't like fish, and if they do, let me tell you, the McDonald's fish or the Wendy's fish, not the right kind of fish. You need cold water fish, salmon, mackerel, those type of fish. Those provide the best omega-3s and the DHA. And a lot of people don't like that kind of fish. I'm not real fond of it either. So, plus, a lot of fish are contaminated with lead and mercury, and Shaklee really goes above and beyond to provide you with safe fish oil supplement. So let's talk about that. Our fish oil supplement is called Omega Guard, and it provides a full spectrum of the 7 ultra pure, and it's pharmaceutical grade omega-3 essential fatty acids, including the EPA and DHA, which is naturally found in small cold water fish. The kind that we normally don't eat. Using the goodness gracious, too bad it doesn't help me with talking today. Anyway, using state-of-the-art multi-step molecular distillation process, it concentrates the natural beneficial omega-3 fatty acids, plus it removes the lead, the mercury, the arsenic, and a whole bunch of other stuff like PCBs and other contaminants from the product. And it reduces oxidation and formation of trans fats. Plus, it minimizes the odor and the fishy aftertaste. Yeah, I don't really have much of a trouble with it at all, which is wonderful. Now, Omega Guard helps maintain a healthy heart and a cardiovascular system. You've heard about that. And it helps retain the healthy triglycerides, and triglycerides are the levels of fat in your system. Plus, it supports joint comfort, and it contains all 7 of the omega-3 fatty acids, including the DHA and EPA. So a lot of people say, well, I can get it really cheap at the drugstore. Okay, well, one, how do you know it's safe and it didn't bring all the lead, mercury, and PCBs and other contaminants with it? And 2, does it have all 7 that you need? Okay, including the DHA and EPA as recommended. So, and it's smaller for easy swallowing, and it's also naturally cholesterol free, which is great because some of them aren't. So you don't want to add cholesterol to something you're trying to reduce. All right. Now, what we do recommend is the combination. We recommend a joint health complex plus an omega guard because they work really good together. I mean, we all know the health and cardiovascular, benefits of omega-3 fatty acids for our cardiovascular and our heart and even our brain and stuff, but it's really good for joints as well. So now a clinical study indicated that when you combine fish oil with glucosamine, you may actually significantly improve your overall joint comfort. And the amount delivered in the study can be found in just 1 daily serving of omega guard. So it's not like you have to take 10 of these things to get what they're telling you. 1 works just fine. Okay, now as we finish our health chat, too bad I'm not speaking too clearly today, and I apologize for that, but hey, we're human, right? I'm not a machine, I'm actually a real person, and I'm actually here to help you choose what's best for you. What's best for you may not be best for your neighbor or your spouse or your sibling or your children. So keep that in mind, that I am here to answer personal questions, and I'm going to tell you how you can contact me. Now, we also have something called Shaklee HealthPrint. Basically take about 5 minutes, answer about 20 questions, and you can receive your own personalized health assessment. And this is really awesome because the system is designed with over, gazillion possibilities. And with today's technology, we can help you find what is beneficial to you based on answering some questions. So, you tell us if you're a man or you're a woman. You tell us, we can also provide you your BMI based on your height and your weight, which is really nice, maybe. And we can provide you some personalized information. Now, this obviously does not take place of a one-on-one individual, consultation, but it's a good place to start, and I highly recommend it. So at the bottom, you will see the link to it, and please use the entire link. And the reason I say use the entire link, the to be healthy part, and then the myshaklee.com, is the reason you want to use the whole link is that way I get a little notice that says, hey, someone took their health print. And so if you contact me and say, look, I want to talk more about this, then I know who you are. It doesn't give me a lot of personal information or anything. None of that is provided. It's more along the line of, hey, Jane Doe took a health print, and just be prepared in case she calls. So, we highly recommend doing these health prints, but if you kind of want to talk more in depth, what I recommend is go to the tobehealthy.myshaklee.com, and when you click on that, there's a little button that says contact me. And what I would like for you to do is, if you want to sit and talk a little bit about it, or ask some questions about the joint health complex or the Megagar, contact me. Click that and it'll fill out a little form, and we can either talk on the phone or we can talk by email. So I highly recommend doing that, and I thank you for joining us today. And please have a healthy and happy month of July, which is what we're in right now, and I look forward to talking with you. Take care. Bye-bye.